And welcome to our school meeting for February 7th, 2019. We have a special agenda today. We're going to read a wonderful book called The Other Side and discuss that. We then will have a great Team Pride skit, followed by our Pride classroom shares, our birthday celebrations, and our Loker school song. So a lot to look forward to today. And I want to do a shout out to Miss Sola Robertson's class, which is the first class here, so 5 extra minutes of recess for them. And we're going to get into the book called The Other Side, and I want to start by thanking the Thornfeld family who actually made this donation to the school in this book. So, the title of this book is called The Other Side, as I said. The author's name is Jacqueline Woodson. And the illustrator is E.B. Lewis. That summer, the fence that stretched through our town seemed bigger. We lived in a yellow house on one side of it. White people lived on the other. And Mama said, "Don't climb over that fence when you play." She said it wasn't safe. That summer, there was a girl who wore a pink sweater. Each morning, she climbed up on the fence and stared over at our side. Sometimes I stared back. She never sat on that fence with anybody. That girl didn't. Once, when we were jumping rope, she asked if she could play. And my friend Sandra said no, without even asking the rest of us. I don't know what I would have said. Maybe yes, maybe no. That summer, everyone and everything on the other side of that fence seemed far away. When I asked my mama why, she said, because that's the way things have been. Sometimes, when me and Mama went into town, I saw that girl with her mama. She looked sad sometimes, that girl did. Don't stare, my mama said. It's not polite. It rained a lot that summer. On rainy days, that girl sat on the fence in a raincoat. She let herself get all wet and acted like she didn't even care. Sometimes I saw her dancing around in puddles, splashing and laughing. Mama wouldn't let me go out in the rain. That's why I bought you rainy day toys, my mama said. You stay inside here, where it's warm, safe, and dry. But every time it rained, I looked for that girl, and I always found her somewhere near the fence. Someplace in the middle of the summer, the rain stopped. When I walked outside, the grass was damp, and the sun was already high up in the sky. And I stood there with my hands up in the air. I felt brave that day. I felt free. I got close to the fence, and that girl asked me my name. Clover, I said. My name's Annie, she said. Annie Paul. I live over yonder, she said, by where you see the laundry. That's my blouse hanging on the line. She smiled then. She had a pretty smile. And then I smiled, and we stood there, looking at each other, smiling. It's nice up on this fence, Annie said. You can see all over. I ran my hand along the fence. I reached up and touched the top of it. A fence like this was made for sitting on, Annie said. She looked at me sideways. My mama says, I shouldn't go on the other side, I said. My mama says the same thing, but she never said nothing about sitting on it. Neither did mine, I said. That summer, me and Annie sat together on that fence. And when Sandra and them looked at me funny, I just made believe I didn't care. Some mornings, my mama watched us. I waited for her to tell me to get down from that fence before I break my neck or something. But she never did. I see you made a new friend, she said one morning. And I nodded, and Mama smiled. That summer, me and Annie sat on that fence and watched the whole wide world around us. One day, Sandra and them were jumping rope near the fence, and we asked if we could play. I don't care, Sandra said. And then when we jumped, Sandra and me were partners, the way we used to be. When we were too tired to jump anymore, we sat up on the fence, all of us in a long line. Someday, somebody's going to come along and knock this old fence down, Annie said. And I nodded. Yeah, I said, someday. The end. So here's an important question for you. What does the fence represent? What does it represent? Vanessa?
It represents the separation of people with different skin colors.
In this case, it represents people and divides people based on their skin color. So in this case, we have an African American side of the fence and a white side of the fence. How does that make you feel? Anna, how does that make you feel?
It's not right to separate people just on their skin color.
Yeah, can you believe that some people think it's best to separate people just because of the color of their skin? Sounds like something Martin Luther King was working towards. Okay? So, let's look at this. Why do you think this picture right here is really important? Why is this important? Kayla?
Because there's a black person and a white person together having fun.
Yeah, look at that. Is there any reason for this fence? Doesn't that picture just show that fence doesn't need to be there? I mean, it's a place to rest when you're tired, but other than that, can white people and African American people play together? Can people who have different colors of skin, regardless of what they are, play with each other? Yeah, I think that's really, really important. Well, guess what? Until recently, these fences and separation existed. White people were told, you can't play with black people. And black people were told, you can't play with white people. No one felt safe just because of the color of their skin. And African American people had to sit in the back of buses. They could only go to certain restaurants. They weren't allowed at certain restaurants. Imagine walking into CVS and being told, oh, because of the color of your skin, you need to go. That's what happened. That's what happened. Or if you're on a bus and you're getting on, and let's say you've been sitting on the bus for a half an hour, you're going somewhere, and someone who's white comes up to you and says, move, you have to move. You have to get up for them. That's the way things used to be in this country, and in a lot of places around the world. And that is what Martin Luther King was fighting for. That everyone, and part of one of his most I have a dream speeches, that everyone can play together and everyone can be together. There's no reason to have this division, this fence, over something as silly as skin color. Okay? So my question for all of you out there right now is this. Have you ever seen a wrong before? What did you do about it? Raise your hand if you've done something where you saw something that was wrong and you tried to fix it. And keep your hand up if you'd like to tell me an example of what you did. Ben?
Someone tried to retaliate by throwing a football at someone else and I grabbed it from them and threw it away.
Prevented someone from getting hurt by a football? Mackenzie?
At camp, someone was like kicking down a little kid's like the things they were playing with. They were like taking them and I gave them back.
Very nice. Other wrongs that we've made right. Jack?
Being nice to other people.
Being nice to other people when it may not be happening? Drew, do you have an idea? Can you come up for it?
Someone reached to grab a football and dived back. I caught them before they fell to the ground.
Preventing someone from getting hurt? Okay. Harper?
I let something be fair.
You let something be fair that you thought was unfair. So these are all really good examples. And a lot of these things sound very simple. This was a huge problem. And in some places in this world, it still is a very huge problem. Where people were separated because of the color of their skin. And this is something that we all, as a society, need to make sure that this doesn't ever happen again, because it wasn't fair. It wasn't right. And it made a lot of people very upset. Can you imagine a world where white people and African American people can't play together? Isn't it so nice that Loker we have that? Or regardless if you're white or African American, regardless of your race, it could be a different thing. That we all accept each other for who we are. And we're not judging people based on their skin color, or their hair color, or the clothes that they wear, but by their content of their character, as Martin Luther King would say, and who they are. So, very important. I think this book has such an important message that this fence, as you said, is it needed? No. No. So let's make sure that in your lives that you don't let a fence or an invisible fence that you may not be able to see but you can feel doesn't exist. Because this type of situation shows that everyone can play together. And the symbolism or the reason for that fence divided people, and that cannot happen. So thank you. Next up, we're going to have Team Pride, so come on up.
Class, and I'll be playing the role of a student.
Hi, I'm Kiana from Mrs. R's class, and I'll be playing the role of a student. Hi, my name's Ashley from Miss Lily Robinson's class, and I'll be playing the role of a student.
Hi, I'm Mr. Jones from Mr. Jones's office, and I'm playing the role of Mr. Jones. Announcement coming over the walkie-talkie. Due to last night's snow, make sure, and we want you to imagine, I know it's raining. Due to last night's snow, please make sure that you have the 5 items: jacket, hat, gloves, snow pants, and boots, that you need in order to play in snow, or to need to be on the pavement during recess.
Oh my goodness, this is such a silly rule. You should be able to play in the snow wearing whatever we want.
I agree. I think we should just go play in the snow. I don't feel like putting snow pants or gloves on. Snow pants take so long and they are not stylish.
I can't stand having to put on snow pants, and I don't want to wear a hat. It messes up my hair for the rest of the day.
Let's totally just break the rules. If the teacher says anything, you can just argue with them and tell them to leave us alone.
Sounds good to me. I don't rub my head or my face in the snow, so why do I need to wear a hat?
Hey, Nathan and Juliana, are you planning on being on the pavement at recess today? No, we're gonna play in the snow. But Juliana, you're not wearing snow pants and gloves. And Nathan, you're not wearing a hat or snow pants. You're gonna get caught.
I don't care. The winter clothing rule is ridiculous. Kind of like those people who thought the Rams would beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Or Mr. Jones thinking the Giants would go 10-6 and the Pats would go 9-7. What were they thinking? With winter clothing, what are Mr. Jones and our teachers thinking?
Do you know what happens to the snow when the temperature gets above the freezing point, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit? I remember Mr. Moynihan telling us something about melting.
Yeah, it melts into water.
So if you don't wear snow pants, what happens to the snow in your regular pants? When you come inside where the temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh yeah, the snow will melt in your pants when you're wet. And I can tell you from personal experience that pants do not dry quickly. And snow pants will prevent you from your pants being wet. This is also why we wear jackets, because they keep our clothes dry and our bodies warm.
I guess the same thing would be true of that. If I slipped in the snow or if my head made contact with the snow, my hair and head would get pretty wet, which could make me sick.
You're right, Nathan. Cold, wet heads are not good match for staying healthy. And so I guess gloves help our hands stay warm and dry. That's right, Juliana. Cold, wet hands are not a good match for staying healthy either.
And boots keep our feet dry and warm. By changing back into shoes from our boots when we come in from recess, we are keeping our feet warm.
And did you know that keeping your head and feet warm are the two most important ways to keep your body warm? Even when they're inside, many people are cold because they don't wear socks. I did not know that, but I'm glad I did now.
I guess our winter clothes rules are not so crazy. Maybe Mr. Jones actually knows what he's talking about sometimes.
I agree. Thank you guys for explaining why we have these rules.
Agreed. Juliana, let's get the rest of our winter clothing so we can enjoy the snow.
Thank you for watching us again. Who can name the 5 winter clothing items that you need to play in the snow?
What are the 5 winter clothing items that you wear in the snow?
Snow pants, boots, jacket, and hat. Gloves.
Great answer.
What do you do? Snow pants, boots, gloves, hats, and jacket. Amazing answer.
I wear my winter clothes because I want to stay healthy.
I wear my winter clothes because I want to stay dry. I wear my winter clothes because I want to stay warm. So please wear all 5 winter clothing items when there is snow on the ground. It will keep you healthy, dry, and warm so you can enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Team Pride. And one more thing I would add, and I know some people are like, I just want to wear my jacket to lunch, I just want to wear my snow pants to lunch. Well, remember, when you come in from the snow, your pants and jacket are wet. And so when you are dripping water onto the floor, what happens to the floor? Brandy, what happens to the floor?
It gets wet.
It gets wet, so why is that a problem? Why is it a problem? Clara?
People can slip since it's slippery.
Yeah, and so changing out of your boots back into shoes, or taking your snow pants and your jackets off, it's for safety more than anything. It's to keep you warm and dry and healthy, but it's also to keep our floors not soaking wet, because even when you're walking on a wet floor very expectedly, you could fall. So trying to keep everybody safe. At this point, I'd like to invite up all of our Pride Classroom Share people. Come on up. And we'll go by grade level from kindergarten down to 5th grade. start with 4th grade because they have to pee for personal best. And so I will start with Alexa.
Hi, my name is Alexa. I show my personal best by listening to the teacher when I'm at specialist.
Hi, my name is Mateo. I show my personal best when I'm not talking at home.
Hi, I'm Mason from room 13. I show my personal best when I work hard on my Native American paragraphs.
Hi, my name is Zach. I showed my best on my division pre-assessment.
Hi, my name is Meadow. In room 15, we show respect by not talking over other people.
Hi, my name is Maya from room 15. In room 15, we show respect by being good role models.
Hi, my name is Edge from room 16. We show respect by not taking advantage of guest teachers not knowing exactly what our schedule is.
Hi, my name is Riley from room 16. I show respect to my friends by not spreading rumors about them.
And we'll toss it down to kindergarten, the I for integrity. There's Alani.
This is Alani, and she shows integrity when
I'm kind to my friends.
this is Oliver.
I show integrity when walking in the hallway. Hi, my name is Alexis and I show integrity by being honest to my friends. Hi, my name is Sarah. I show integrity by making my room without being asked.
Hi, I'm Alex from room 3 and I show integrity by helping my friends.
Hi, I'm Elise from room 3. I show integrity by doing the right thing, even when a teacher isn't.
Hi, my name is Robert. I demonstrate integrity when I work on keeping my thoughts and my topical when I am with a guest teacher or when I am a guest reader in our classroom.
Hi, my name is Maya. My friends and I show integrity when we only slide down the slide instead of climbing up it. Hi, my name is Rohan. In room 22 shows integrity when the teachers go down the hall to get our mystery reading and we stay in our row spots and wait quietly.
Hi, my name is Polly. We are determined to write opinion pieces that have good detail.
Hi, my name is Vivian. In room 5, we are determined to show our math thinking in different ways.
Hi, my name is Charlie from room 5. We are determined to build our stamina for reading.
Awesome. 3rd grade down for the E for enthusiasm.
Hi, my name is Max. I'm enthusiastic about math and writing. Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm enthusiastic about reading. Hi, my name is Mackenzie. I'm enthusiastic about recognition.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm enthusiastic about science when I learn about water.
All right, thank you everyone for doing a great job with our Pride Classroom Shares. So nice to see so many examples of us really living our core values of pride. And at this point, I'd like to invite up Frankie and Mason who are going to do our birthdays. If they call your name, make sure you stand.
Happy birthday to Kate Hines from room 4, Leah Podolskinski from room 1, Matthew Rira from room 4, Caleb Hammond from room 22. Happy birthday to Nishan Bangor from room 9, Milo Pena from room 6,
Mackenzie Grogan from room 10, and Nina Gandhi from room 13.
Great job. And anyone else who's had a birthday since our last school meeting on January 24th, please join us and stand, and we'll do our birthday song. Excellent. Now everyone can stand. We'll close our school with a Loker school song. Fifth graders, come on up. Excellent job. Everyone can have a seat. Miss Davis, we have amazing singers at Loker School. It's unbelievable. So, thanks for having a seat. Awesome. I just want to go back to the other side, the book we read earlier. Okay? And we touched base on this, but I think the most important thing, if you see something wrong, you see something unexpected, someone being unsafe on the playground, someone being mean to someone not being appropriate, someone being disrespectful, what should you do? Julianne, what should you do?
Tell the teacher.
If you see something, say something, okay? It might be that you say to the other student, hey, can you please stop? And if they don't listen, then you tell them to don't. But if something's really unsafe or just not right, really important that you tell them no right away. So I hope you get that message that you have the power, that when something is unexpected or wrong, you can be part of the solution by saying something and doing something about it. Okay? Thank you everyone for being a great audience at school meeting today. I want to thank all of our visitors who came today, and we're dismissed by classrooms, rooms 22.